Is it my turn? Yeah. Concept record is a term that we both don't care for, mainly because I just feel like it's been beat to death. And anytime I hear somebody's did a concept record, I go, oh.
What is
but
it?
I don't know why. You know, it's.
Wonder. So what were you going to say?
Oh, my question was, how is this a concept record?
Even though we don't really call
we
it
made
that.
one, yeah.
Oh, go ahead, say something. I'm just seeing if we can find another.
These songs arrived together.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't contrived together. They all arrived.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah, I caught that live. I bet that right now.
Because we were just talking about how are we going to talk about this without using that word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all arrived together, and it's like, oh, this kind of
it's
the same character.
We didn't set out to make a concept.
Maybe
record.
that's
what's important. There wasn't the intention of going, okay, now we're going to write a concept
We
record.
need a song that'll fit this.
What we started out doing was saying, the very first thing was, I said, I want to make a triumphantly prophetic record.
And she banged her fist.
And I wrote it down. I'll do a thing where I cut to that. And then,
a real bad cut.
And then started writing all these words down.
Mm-hmm.
We sat and we wrote down like basically a vision board for what the record could be based on the world as it is now and imagining what do we want to say. Really, because for me as an artist, which this is where I don't know that you were necessarily in this same place before, and correct me if I'm wrong.
I will.
Like, as an artist, although I write, I've always written about things I'm going through. Mm-hmm. Of course, a lot of my art has not been public like yours. Mm-hmm. You know, but I would publish poems on different platforms or whatever, and they're always speaking to something bigger than myself. Mm-hmm. Like, trying to be
more
a
universal than singular, or more macro than micro.
Yeah, maybe. Probably, or maybe me in the bigger world, but like trying to speak to something in the world, whether it be injustice or trauma or just something. And so now that I am a musician and a songwriter,
bam,
I said it.
You did. I
need for that art to also speak about things that feel bigger than me. Mm-hmm. I just can't. For me, at this point, that's what's relevant.
Well, it seems petty to be whining about some sort of something on a surface level.
Yeah, and
it's either deep or it's nothing.
Yeah, and that's where we both are now.
Yeah, more sober I got the less time I had for bullshit and surface.
Because you think about the things you write now are just on a deeper level. Not that you've always had deep songs, that's why I was drawn to you. But now I feel like as everything that's been coming down the pipe for the last year is just deep and prophetic. Mm-hmm. So it's like we made these intentions and then it started last summer when you wrote Watchtower. And it was like, that was speaking to something so specific that you had gone through about me. And then it was like, oh, that's going to be on the next album. Because we knew we wanted to start writing for another album. Mm-hmm. But then what happened within the 6 months from last summer to the beginning of the year, the end of last year, another song came up into our presence, and I was like, oh, that goes with that one. And then a third thing happened, and they were all connected. And it was like I could clearly see in November when we were in upstate New York, there was a thread that ran through all three of those songs. Mm-hmm. And then there's video of me basically being manic because I was like, oh my God, I know what this is. Mm-hmm. And then it was
That's
so
the
clear.
Feeling that I'm always always hunting. Is that feeling?
Yeah.
Like that's why I pick up a guitar, because it could be.
It could be that.
This could be the day that 3 songs come rolling out, and they floor me. And that's the drug.
And should be. But that so yeah, we didn't set out to make a concept record, but then again, maybe we did, and it just wasn't conscious. Because this all feels truly ordained. Like it's because there's ways that, which I'm not going to put this in the newsletter, some of this, but there's ways that this fits everything that I feel, everything that I've been through, everything that you have helped me through, other things that I write, conversations we have, the state of the world, the fall of the empire. It all is in this record. And so in that way,
maybe not directly, but
yeah,
but directly.
Yeah. And so I do think what you said a while ago. What'd you say?
They all arrived together, and
even
they weren't contrived together.
Something like that. It wasn't contrived. It just arrived, and that's what happened.
Yeah, they just arrived. But you, as artists, you have to put yourself in that space, and sometimes it's getting rid of distraction. And
that's what we did really hardcore. I feel like we did a little bit of isolating. There was a tour.
Had to tell people, hey, look, I'm not being rude. I'm just not going to be contacted in this next few days. Just, I don't want to break my thread, we had to stay in it. And that's what, as artists, you do. You go off somewhere in solitude, and you receive the messages, and then you go back and you bring the messages. And it's hard to do it while you're delivering the messages and being distracted by all this to find that space to write.
Okay, my turn. That was all really helpful.
Pass.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I kind of feel like I don't even know. This was the first thing I wrote down, but let's just see. I'm reading this now and going, what did I mean? For people who know you, or at least who think they know you, what is something that might surprise them about this new record?
I feel like I've leaked out over the years. It's like, you know me. Most people know me. Most people might be surprised to know that I am more liberal in my thoughts than a lot of people. Just that might be surprising, but I don't really see how. They're more about loving everybody, not being prejudiced towards people, not running down immigrants. I hate seeing people being bullied. I can't stand a bully. And I just see a lot of that. I can't stand to see groups that are easily oppressed, from gay people to people of color, that might surprise somebody. At this point, I don't see how it could unless they weren't paying attention.
And they weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay, you got another one?
Yeah. We opened up for Steve Earle. How did it feel to open up for Steve Earle, one of my heroes and songwriting heroes, in my hometown, in front of my family?